Right, so insulation time. It's getting a bit chillier outside, and my daughter's bedroom's above here. This is my garage come workshop. Um, and she's complained for 9 years since we've been in here that her bedroom's cold, and we've just turned the heating up. But this year, we don't want to be doing that. So I thought, right, let's have a look and see what's in this ceiling. So I cut that big hole, that hole in the ceiling there, just to find out which way the joists were going. And then I made an educated guess and was very lucky that the noggins would be third of the ceiling, third, and then a third. And not if you don't know what a noggin is, it's this bit here. It's the timber between the joists, and it serves to stop them vibrating sideways. And they're just nailed in very roughly, but they absolutely do a good job. When I had a look inside to see if we had any insulation, I didn't suspect there was any. You can see there is some rock wool there, but it's one layer, it's 1 inch. Now, bearing in mind that in our lofts we reckon we put in 450 millimeters these days, that's just not enough. So I had a look then on Facebook Marketplace, see what I could find in terms of insulating boards, and we've got a load here and we've got some over here, and I managed to get for £100 actually almost enough to do this ceiling. Now what you'll see is I've patched bits together. It's not the neatest job, and I've got some with foil which is thinner and some which is much thicker, and I've slotted it down, and you'll see there are a few little gaps at the sides there because I really can't take this ceiling down. So my plan was, and so far it's worked, put a 2-foot channel down here and then slide it in. And I've cut them into short sections and slid in. What I've done with the rock wool that's in there is compress it and slid it down underneath the floor so that you can get to the point where it's doing insulation at that end. I'll actually show you this one, which I'm currently in the process of doing. I don't know if you can see down there. Yeah, you can see down there. So that's a block of the thicker insulation that I've just slid down. And it will, I hope, do a significantly better job than this rock wool's doing. It's really not very satisfactory at all. And then when I've done this side, I'll then cover that up with plasterboard and then cover the gap up, because at the moment we're still actually getting air coming in through the garage door and then going up. But once I do that, then hopefully that will make a significant difference to my daughter's bedroom temperature. It just sucks the heat down through the floor as the garage gets incredibly cold in winter, and it's getting there now. So I don't know whether that's something that you could consider doing yourself, but certainly looking at insulating rather than turning the boiler up. And look, if it's energy saving you're after, turn your boiler flow temperature down. Don't have it at any more than 70 degrees. And actually, if you can get it down to 65, do that. Mine's in the corner over there. And my domestic hot water, so the hot water that comes out of the taps, I've got it set at 45. Because above that, my little lad will burn himself. And if you're putting more into it and end up mixing with cold water, then actually you're wasting energy. So just turn your flow temperature down on your boiler to a maximum of 70. And the reason for that is when the water's gone out from your boiler, gone out round your central heating and through your radiators, when it gets back to the boiler, if you've got anything like a boiler that's certainly younger than 15 years old, then the temperature coming back to this thing in the corner needs to come back at 54 degrees centigrade or lower. If it doesn't condense. And condensing is basically when it's working at its significantly most efficient time. So do that. Turn the dial on the front down for the radiators to that, and then for your hot water out of your taps, I'd recommend mid-40s, no more than that. That'll save you energy. And do you know what? It'll do the planet some good as well. And maybe turn your thermostat down in your rooms by 1 degree. That'll help. Insulate if you can. As I say, this is a messy job. It's a horrible job. But actually, this should make a difference. If this makes a difference where the boiler's not cutting in for 20 minutes, perhaps as long in the morning and then in the evening to get it up to temperature, then that will have saved us energy. And it'll be £100 well spent on the insulation I've put in. Yeah, I've got a bit of plasterboard to put in, but you know what? Facebook Marketplace or Freegal or somewhere like that, we find that kind of stuff. If money is tight, and let's face it, it's going to be this winter. So hopefully that may have given you some ideas. Put questions in the comments by all means, but and yeah, I'm sure people look at that and say, "Oh, that's not going to work very well," and criticise me. But you know what? It's better than nothing, and I think that's where we are at the moment. So hopefully you've got some ideas and enjoy it.